What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction video, and this one is why 25 degrees really is hot in the UK. And first of all, we know that 25 degrees, we know the UK works off Celsius, not Fahrenheit like America, where 25 degrees would be absolutely freezing cold. But let's find out first, before we even start. We're gonna look up what 25 degrees is, because I still don't understand Celsius to Fahrenheit. And so is, here we go. 77. That's hot. I mean, it's warm. I would say it's hot, like toasting. I would say it's hot, like warm hot. Like it's warm. Well, let's go ahead and find out. If you happen to enjoy the video, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested, and let's dive in.
Now, with the continuing high temperatures in London,
Londoners are looking for relief from the stifling conditions.
Or haze it, the current heat wave doesn't come without problems.
When the UK struggles through a heat wave, temperatures over there can get as high as the mid-30s.
For someone like me who deals with this weather for winter, that doesn't sound like much. So do the Brits just need to toughen up?
I mean, we've got roads melting here in our
Yeah, she must be from Australia. She must be from Australia, where it's just woof, woof. And that sun is a different. They receive a different type of sun than the rest of us.
We're all used to different climates, yes, but there's more to it than that.
For starters, a heat wave is relative. Basically, it's different depending on where you are.
Yeah.
The World Meteorological Organization loosely defines it as more than 5 consecutive days of temperatures exceeding the average max by 5 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So in the UK, it averages about 20 degrees over the summer months,
Ooh.
whereas in Australia, it averages about 30 degrees.
Y'all living good, Australia. I mean, UK, if it averages 20 degrees Celsius, you're living nice. That summer, that is an absolutely incredible summer. Incredible summer.
This means it doesn't take as high a temperature to trigger a heat wave in the UK. If we look at other cities, in Toronto, their summers are about 25 degrees. A heat wave there is 3 consecutive days over 32 degrees. And in India, with temperatures around 35 degrees,
Oof.
they wouldn't call a heat wave unless the air temperature reached at least 40 degrees in plains.
India's hotter than Australia? Jesus, I did not know that.
Regions.
So in Australia and other countries with high summer temperatures, our buildings are built to keep as cool as possible.
The concept is nothing new. It's called vernacular architecture, where buildings are designed based on local needs, materials, and traditions.
That makes sense.
Take a look at this house. This is a Queenslander found in, well, Queensland. They're built out of timber and on stumps. The space underneath the house helps cool the building through ventilation.
Oh.
There's always a wide veranda for shading and protection from heavy rains, and a corrugated iron roof which is lightweight and durable.
And there are plenty of other examples of this type of building for your environment from around the world.
This is a house from the Asia province of Saudi Arabia, where the temperature is moderate but it rains often. The protruding slates cascade rain away from the clay walls. In the Philippines, Bahay Kubo huts are built with bamboo, with sufficient ventilation for the hot summer, and raised above the ground to protect against torrential flooding. The igloos of the Inuits, rondavels in Africa, and gears in Mongolia.
Oh,
you get the idea.
God. Yeah.
And along with this,
that's very interesting and very fascinating to kind of see all these different builds. Of course, you're going to build your house to best accommodate whatever weather that you mostly get. That just makes sense. But it's just very interesting to see like the different houses built across the world due to the weather that they get. It's very fascinating.
Plenty of other architectural choices made to respond to the environment.
Oh.
Our public spaces include plenty of shaded areas and sufficient ventilation. Not to mention, the majority of the population, about 85%, lives within 50 kilometres of the coastline, where all the major cities have developed.
Meaning that even in summer, we'd get a nice sea breeze to help cool down the hot air temperature.
But over on the other side of the world, it's not that easy.
Keep yourself cool, drink plenty of fluids, keep out of the direct sun in the heat of the day, and also keep your home as cool as you're able to by using curtains, keeping windows open at night and so on.
Did you
Well,
know?
I'll tell you what summer's been here. I'm gonna change it to Celsius for y'all, and I'll tell you what I've been experiencing here in Georgia. Let's see what is. We've been sitting at this summer. It feel like it's been in the range of about 35 to 37 degrees Celsius here. 30. This is what I'm living through. This is what I'm struggling with. And I know what you're thinking. Well, why are you wearing a hoodie in every single video if that's the weather? Because the air stays blasting. It stays absolutely blasting. And I stay cold. So I wear a hoodie and sweats. Yes, could turn the air down. My wife wouldn't like that. She's not a fan of that. So I stay prepared. I dress in the warmest clothes possible. But yeah, we're 25 degrees is crazy to be hot.
You notice something he didn't mention? Air conditioning is not really a thing in the UK.
Okay, that makes a big
shopping
difference.
centers are more like
Okay. Let me apologize because I knew this information. So, never mind, UK. I do apologize. And to where it's hotter here when you step outside, but when you step inside, everywhere you're gonna get air conditioning. Step inside my crib, like I just said, AC's blasting all day. So yeah, it's hot, but I don't really have to deal with that heat. I ain't gonna be outside too much in that heat, and I know once I step inside, I'm away from the heat and I'm back in a very cool environment. So I guess I can't really judge y'all, UK.
Air conditioning is not really a thing in the UK.
offices and shopping centres are more likely to have them, but they're not a given the way they'd be here in Australia and other hotter climates. They're just not needed.
That's because, like how Australian houses are built to keep cool, in the UK and other colder climates, everything is designed to keep the heat in. There aren't many overhanging eaves or awnings or shaded outdoor areas, and most windows are double glazed so that the temperature inside buildings stays as warm as possible during cold winters.
I like that.
Public transport is another big one. The tube is notorious for its lack of ventilation, which means the heat generated from the trains can't escape the underground system very easily. This is fine for an English summer most of the time, but as soon as the mercury starts rising, it becomes a bit unbearable.
Oh.
Rest assured, aircon is coming to the central line, but in 2030. So only a few years to go then.
Oh,
This is all well and good for
39.6.
part of the year, but on the flip side, when it gets cold in Australia, you really feel it. Yes, even if you're from a place where sub-zero temperatures is normal.
Because the houses are designed to perform well in summer, buildings don't really retain much heat. Even though the winter months aren't as cold with averages of about 5 degrees, most houses aren't properly insulated. The large eaves that give you welcome shade in the summer stops that same sunshine from entering in the winter. And of course, the British
feel
homes
that.
which heat up during the summer stay nice and warm during the cold winter months.
So the actual infrastructure of a city can help the temperature
Shout out to the UK. Keep it nice and warm in the winter. I like that.
feel hotter or cooler than it actually is. But depending on how long we've lived in a city, our physiology can also affect the way we react to certain temperatures.
Facts.
It's called acclimatization, and it's our body's long-term response to extreme temperatures.
So it's not just about
Facts,
sweating.
facts. I know I keep pausing and talking a lot, but I will say, me and my wife moving in together, we keep the temperature really low. Like I said, she loves it really low. Where I grew up, and I come from a place where the temperature never really went below 70, and now it's usually at like 62, 63. But over time, I felt my body acclimatizing, and so now, like, when we had to go back home, we went back to my hometown for about a couple days, and we were staying with my pops, and he keeps the temperature the way I was raised in it, never goes under 70. We're sleeping in there, and I'm like, it's hot. Like, I don't even need a blanket. Like, I'm hot. I can't sleep in this anymore because my body has acclimatized to be cold. And it is acclimatized to being in the cold, and now it was hot in there. I said, you sweating in the night, and so Katie said, acclimatization is definitely real. It's definitely real. Now I don't ever think I'll be fully acclimatized to like wear like shorts and a t-shirt and like 62 or 63 degree temperature, but I needed to sleep. I'll say that. It has to be cold to sleep now.
When it's hot. It's how our bodies decide when we sweat, how much we sweat, our tendency to sweat, and even the amount of salt in our sweat. It only takes about 2 weeks for a healthy body to acclimatize, depending on different factors, and it's faster to adapt to heat than to cold.
If you're used to a certain range of temperatures, anything outside of that range would feel uncomfortable to you. So both acclimatization and our city's infrastructure affects the way we feel temperature. And while we might think we're good at certain extremes, we could be proven otherwise. So next time you see this,
God dang,
maybe don't be so quick to judge. I'll put some links down below to some sites which will help you build or improve your home to be more environmentally sustainable and energy efficient. And on the topic of interesting architecture, I wanted to leave you all with this weird story I found while researching. This is a car which was melted due to the concave windows of this building in London.
Oh my God, that is absolutely insane. But yes, I completely agree with her. Acclimatization is absolutely a real thing. And our bodies, I guess, do acclimatize to whatever is needed. And weathers are starting to get to extremes, whether it's extremely hot or extremely cold, more often. And I guess we can't really judge. In the UK, like I said, 25 isn't hot at all here. But in the UK, I guess that is hot. So their bodies got to acclimatize to it. But that's all we have for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Have you ever had to acclimatize? Do you feel like maybe you're traveling, maybe you moved in with someone, y'all like it at different temperatures? However, whatever story, drop it in the comment section. Very intrigued. But please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next video. See you guys over there.